guys, here we are, Stoomboy, the combat companion. So, as always, all the shows are brought to you by Hard Life Fightwear. Hard Life Fightwear offering a fantastic range of fight apparel, whether it be for gi, no gi, MMA, whatever you want. Hard Life Fightwear have you covered. They've just brought this, the combat companion tops. So, I believe Mooch is going to get them up for sale. Obviously, the proceeds are going to go directly to men's mental health charity. So, he was talking about that on Sunday. Mooch is a bit forgetful in his old age, so hopefully he remembers. So yeah, we'll keep updating on obviously these tops as we go on. So yeah, head over to hardlifefightwear.co.uk, use the discount code STOOM15, and you will get a little bit of a discount. So going to be talking about Grapple Wars. Grapple Wars 7 is almost upon us, so it's coming up to the end of October. Again, I had a look at the card. It's an unbelievable card. Some amazing talent across the card, different weights, male, female, kids matches and stuff like that on there as well. So it's going to be another great night in North Wales. So make sure you do either get tickets, head over to Grapple Wars social medias, and you will get all the information through there. So going to be talking to one of the big boys, one of the big guys is going to be on the card that night. So Ben Karaosman. So Ben representing, I believe it's Ignite MMA.
Yeah. Also, Futua in Peterborough because it's a wrestling school.
Yes. He's going to be representing them on the evening. I've been fortunate. I've been able to see Ben grapple before, albeit it was a little while ago. So a lot of things have changed since then. So, but yeah, so we're going to hear a little bit about him. Heavyweights. I fucking love the heavyweights, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just come and fuck shit up, man. We come and fuck shit up, Ben. Definitely.
But the most annoying part of being a heavyweight is the fact that I don't get taller, I just get heavier. And it's like, it's annoying.
Very true, very true. But you know what? There's something about a heavyweight matchup. I mean, because, like, especially at takedown, I mean, you talk about wrestling and stuff like that. See if you've got 200-kilo guys that are going to be wrestling against each other, and then someone gets taken down, man. That is a heavy, heavy ass takedown. Do you know what I mean?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And that's what I love, man. I love to see it. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to be buzzing to see you end of the month, Grapple Wars 7. So tell us about you then. Training. So obviously wrestling, powerlifting, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
What do you not do, Ben? What do you not do?
Rest. Definitely probably should rest more, but yeah, I'd say like at the moment I'm absolutely in love with wrestling because I've been with Futua now since April because where I'm from is there isn't any wrestling anywhere like actual freestyle or Greco or even catch.
Yeah.
And I was so everyone when they start jiu-jitsu they go down that jiu-jitsu rabbit hole. I've gone the complete opposite and I've gone down the catch wrestling and wrestling rabbit hole and discovering everything. And 2 years ago, my dad, bless his heart, because he's Turkish, I didn't think this was real. It was Turkish oil wrestling, and I thought that was a complete joke. No, he showed me.
I saw that. Yeah.
He showed me, and I was like, oh, and he's like, this is very technical, yes? And I was like, yeah, Dad, yeah. And bless his heart, but yeah, I've just gone down the whole wrestling rabbit hole because I find I really love the wrestling. I call it brutal honesty because where I find that jiu-jitsu is more the gentle art or the technique over strength, which I think is absolute nonsense. But I'm a blue belt, so maybe I still haven't learned I won't ever learn everything. I like wrestling strength and like just brutality of like this is what it is, this is how it's going to be. That's probably why I really like Josh Barnett so much because of just how blunt he is. And I got to meet him as well, so that was amazing.
We saw the picture, man. Awesome picture. Do you know what I mean?
It took me 20 minutes to speak to him because I was so nervous.
Yeah.
And my brother looked at me and said, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. So I asked him, we got a pick, and then Will went, just to let you know, he's a massive fanboy and he shows me everything that you guys do. And he started laughing. He went, I'm just glad my opponent has someone his height. Yeah.
Oh, awesome, man. Well, that's the thing. I mean, we're seeing that a lot nowadays. I mean, obviously, like people doing jiu-jitsu, and then with the explosion of no-gi submission grappling, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
People are now mixing up, and especially here in Scotland. I mean, we talked about Mark McQueen. Obviously, jiu-jitsu is his thing, but he's the whole time he's been training jiu-jitsu, he's been training wrestling as well. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
hence the reason why he's progressed so quickly coming through jiu-jitsu, the ranks in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and I will say definitely his like strength is phenomenal. I mean, he's IPF 2017 world champion. In fact, in that year, he became Euros champion, world champion, British champion, and Commonwealth champion, all in that same year. At like I think it was 21. So, that strength is just phenomenal, and also, especially if you're a heavyweight, you need to have a stand-up game. I mean,
Yeah,
guard is all good and great, especially if you have got like good defense, but if you can't take him down, then good luck. Really, it's
yeah,
not going to go so well. I mean, my
yeah,
favorite is when I first was looking at Polaris and getting into this rabbit hole of like Owen Livesey's first like debut, and it was a reel of him like with a bandage on his head, and he's just told the guy to pull guard to stand up, and he fireman threw him off the stage, and that still sticks with me as like I want to be like that because that
yeah.
was cool.
Yes, yes. Owen's definitely. I mean, like again, when Owen obviously like has been competing and so on, even going back a couple of years ago, I mean, there wasn't a lot of people doing the shit that Owen was doing. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
Owen was able to come and just run through people. Do you know what I mean? So and then the last couple of years, people have now started changing their game where they're now adding in wrestling or they're taking strength and conditioning seriously as well because of people like Mark McQueen. Do you know what I mean? Because he's now got everybody. I call it the Mark McQueen strength and conditioning program. Do you know what I mean? Because
yeah,
everybody seems to be on it all over the UK and Europe and the rest of the world.
yeah. I think he definitely pushed it in the UK, especially after his match with I believe it was Ross Nichols. Like he was still blue belt in grappling
Yeah,
streets, and then he went up against Ross and just beat him with like just the strength in that. And I think that also brings into question of his technique, everything. Which yes, it is, but also if you don't have the strength behind it, then you fall
yeah,
behind with everyone else.
yeah,
And that's what I'm good at sometimes is being a bit strong. So
yeah, yeah.
it's pretty good.
But that's what I was
Just
going to
not,
say. I mean, I'd say very, very similar. I mean, obviously you do jiu-jitsu, you do wrestling, and obviously powerlifting. Got obviously some good records in powerlifting as well. So and competing in powerlifting as well. So again, that must be again very, very similar to Mark McQueen in regards to the route he's gone down. So it must be a big advantage for you.
not really. No, like so with my powerlifting journey, it was more on the equip. So you have raw, which is what Mark was. I was equipped, which is more. It's like again gi and no gi. So no gi, slippery, raw, and the gi is equipped, technical, and it helps you lift more. So I would say I didn't have that much strength, but I just loved like the aspect of having a load of weight on your back and you could break your legs because I was weird. Um, but yeah, my squat was probably my favorite. I did do 320 kilograms, which was actually in memory of my friend who passed away because he took his own life. And a week before this comp, I got when I found out he passed away, I just said, "Screw it, I'll do it myself." Because the last text he ever sent me was, 320 is going to happen in a gym, be there. And then 3 days later, he took his own life. So I was emotional and also drunk, and I just said, "Screw it, I'll do it myself." And I said I done the squat and got very emotional.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I would say that was probably my end to powerlifting because I'd done everything I wanted, and without Danny, it was just hard. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, but I would say strength definitely did benefit, especially in like where I'm from because I am quite strong. But however, I didn't really know much in terms of technique and how jiu-jitsu worked. So I was getting like yeeted across the room and absolutely smushed by smaller people. But yeah, I'd say now that I've been in it for 5 years and I've still got a long way to go. I would say like I know a bit more than what I used to. So yeah, definitely.
yeah. No, we're definitely buzzing. Tell us about Grapple Wars then. So, how did the matchup come about for you? So, how did you find out you were going to be on Grapple Wars?
Okay, so I saw that they were doing Grapple Wars 7 on Facebook and I just entered, and they sent me a text saying I think it was Rick. I don't know how to say his name. Is it Ricky or Richie? I
I
think it
think
might.
it's Ricky. Yeah, Ricky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ricky Walsh. Are you interested? I said, yep, 100%. Let's go. And I saw the picture. I thought, oh, this is really cool. I'm on the little poster, and I just see him with a green ball in his hand, and I was just like, what? And then I see a post afterwards saying Ricky's ready to get in the ball pit, and I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those. So I said, can we fight in a ball pit? Yeah, it was quite an interesting experience to see a man in the ball pit, and the group chat is even funnier.
Yeah, yeah,
He calls it the title or the fight for the title of Big Sexy, so I will happily take that. So yeah, it's going to be fun, and a lot of saucy text later. Probably, maybe we'll fall in love. Who knows? You never
yeah,
know.
yeah.
If Craig and
What's your
Gabby can do it, why can't we?
Yes, definitely, definitely. What's your preparation then? Obviously, mindset. Whenever you go into a competition, so because again, whenever you're going to compete, do you know what I mean? You know yourself. People get nervous. They throw up. Do you know what I mean? They've got superstitions and all that kind of stuff. So, what goes through your head?
Okay, so I think the one, so it's I'm still like learning on how like my brain works and like the emotions, but I try not to get so overworked up because then that's when I the adrenaline dump comes in. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
I have nothing. So I try and like just go through like a flow state, what people talk about, and like just it's weird because I listen to classical music in my headphones and just walk around and breathe and warm up that way. But I would say like probably the catch wrestling world, I felt like I had imposter syndrome and I felt like I didn't belong there, so I actually just went in the toilet and cried. I was like, oh, a big grown man crying, and I'm like, yeah, but if that helps get anything out, then
yeah,
fine. In terms of like what I said to myself, it was more just not trying to work myself up, more just saying, okay, this is what's going to happen.
yeah,
Hand fight, we go from there, and whatever happens after that is just we don't panic and freeze, we just move on. But I'm still like learning how my mind works and how I like to compete through that. Everyone has different methods. They say we're going to win it, we're going to smash it, we get psyched up. I've had opponents that have given me death stares, and I've just sat there and thought, hi. Yeah, so I'm more just go in, appreciate the fact that I have this opportunity to do it, and yeah, go in.
yeah. I mean, I will say, I mean, whenever I compete, I remember being like back in the day, like white and blue belt, and taking it very, very seriously. Do you know what I mean? And then once I hit like maybe late blue, purple belt, then I was like, do you know what? I don't give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to go
Yeah,
out there. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to have fun, right? Because one thing I do is I like to wind my opponents up. So, and one of them was Mark McQueen. I remember buying on Amazon. I bought this big muscle suit, right, that blew up, right. So I was wearing this big muscle suit, and I was doing a video like, "I'm Mark McQueen. I'm a jiu-jitsu god," and blah blah blah, and it was just fun. Do you know what I mean? It was entertaining. Do you know what I mean? I don't take it too seriously. So when I go
yeah,
in there, I mean, there's no nerves. I mean, there's probably maybe back in the day there might have been a little bit of nerves, but yeah, now it's just like, do you know what? Who
yeah.
cares, man?
Like I do excel in jiu-jitsu and like grappling itself, but I try and make sure that I don't burn myself out because then
Yeah,
it's so much harder to get out of that hole, and it's just not worth it.
yeah.
But yeah, can't believe you wore a muscle suit. Did that really wind him up?
Yeah, oh no, mate. Mark loves it. Mark thinks it's hilarious, do you know what I mean? Because
I love
I've
Mark.
wound
He's
Mark
so
up. Yeah, I've wound Mark up so much. Do you know what I mean? Like it's and do you know what I mean? He just like that. Oh, it's just Stum. Do you know what I mean? It's just Stum boy. So,
yeah,
but yeah, I got so much love for Mark. Do you know what I mean? I remember Mark as a white belt coming in and
yeah. I
not
remember that.
knowing anything about jiu-jitsu, know nothing about jiu-jitsu, and then obviously as time went on, he went to the Euros. He won the Euros as a white belt, and then but then, mate, I've slagged him up since the very beginning. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
um, but I don't think he would have it any other way. Do you know what I mean? If I was to come in and be nice to him all the time, he'd be like,
yeah,
what's the matter with you, Stu, man? What's the matter?" So,
yeah.
um,
I know that feeling. I can't. I guess it's probably that Scottish humour.
and it's that madness. I don't know what it is, Ben. I don't know what it is. Oh,
I
I'm
think
either
we've got that
mad.
in the UK as well in general. Like UK and the Australians, I think we all have this like morbid like sense of humour where the Americans just don't get. Which is
Yeah,
why you gotta love it when you see Craig Jones and like Gordon Ryan. Well, Craig's not really attacking him; he's just like spewing out anything, and Gordon's going nuts.
yeah, yeah.
It's great. I love it.
I remember I did that. I remember Mark McQueen was fighting Big Dan.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
at Grapple Fest, right? So obviously the
yeah,
first time they'd met, and I remember I started putting posts on Instagram like Mark McQueen's coming, and I started tagging in Big Dan, right? And like, oh, he's going to do, yeah, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, and Big Dan's like, mate, who are you? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is it you're talking about? And I'm like, mate, he's going to smash you. And he's like, I don't know what you're trying to do. And I'm like, and I remember messaging him saying, Dan, I'm just trying to have some fun. And he's like, but why? Do you know what I mean? And I was like, because this shit, if there's no fun, man, this shit is boring. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I've
um,
seen way too many like jiu-jitsu schools as well take themselves too seriously, and I'm like, please just like tone it down.
yeah,
Like you've
yeah.
got to have a laugh, and it makes no sense if you start getting very angry about it. It's like, yeah, sometimes you just got to have a laugh at the fact that we're literally fighting in pajamas or like shorts and t-shirt, and yeah, just putting each other in weird positions. It's kind of funny at the end.
Jiu-jitsu is gay, man. So gay. That's what we.
It
Who was it?
is.
Craig Jones said it. Craig Jones said it, man. Do you know what I mean? Like jiu-jitsu is gay, and do you know what I mean? It's fun, man. We love this
It
shit,
is
man. Do
so
you know what
gay.
I mean? So,
I mean, also wrestling with the oil check memes. I'm just like, as a reason why South Park episode of wrestling is my favorite episode. This
yeah.
is wrestling. You better take that gay porn out of here. It's like,
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's what the things we do for our own entertainment. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's so good. It's so
yeah,
good.
you gotta
So,
have a laugh. Otherwise, what's the point? Otherwise, you become stuck up.
yes, yes. But it's going to be awesome to see you again on 26th of October. So, do you know what I mean? I said, I remember seeing you fought Big Charlie here in
Yeah.
Scotland at SGI. So, and you're like me, everybody's bigger than you. Charlie's so much bigger than you at the time. So,
Uh,
but I remember watching that match and, do you know what I mean? It was entertaining. Do you know what I mean? I love to see you come out. Do you know what I mean? Because you're coming out, man, and you're coming out to do a job, and you've came to Scotland where everybody was supporting Big Charlie. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
but everybody loved to see two guys going at it. Do you know what I mean? And especially the heavyweights. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing better than a heavyweight matchup. Do you know what I mean? In my eyes,
All I'm
anyway. In my
hoping
eyes.
is Ricky is at least my height. If he's
Yeah.
not, then I'm just gonna get some stilts or ask you to like get on my shoulder. But yeah, like the Scott. Funny enough, as around a bit of a story of like how stupid I am before this comp. So 12 hours before we went to Catch 22 in Scotland or Dundee at the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and there was a bumper plate, and I was flipping it and catching it, and it slipped out my hand. It was 10 kilos, and it smashed on my big toe. And I was like, "Oh, this isn't good." So I couldn't bend it back, so I had to tape it up, and I was just panicking. I was like, "How the hell did I get in this situation where I just broken my toe, basically?" And yeah, I was like, I don't know how the hell I've gotten in this situation, but yeah, this is how stupid I am. But thankfully, because adrenaline kicks in, you don't feel it until the day after.
No, tape it up and you're good to go, man. Tape it up and you're good.
Yeah, just tape it up. Just tape up my I don't know relationships, my credit card score, God knows what else.
But oh no, listen, it's been absolutely awesome chatting with you, Ben. Absolutely awesome. I'd say I can't wait to see you at the end of the month. But anybody you want to shout out to? I mean, you've got a lot of people in your life through the different gyms that you train at and so on. But anybody you want to thank, friends, family members, teammates, anything like that.
Yeah, definitely. My start is probably my brother William. Um, he's been like my number one supporter from day one, and he saw me at my lowest when 4 years ago I was mentally unwell and considering other options. And yeah, without him, it probably wouldn't have gone too well. Secondly, of course, is Ignite MMA. Igor is a fantastic coach, and he's too positive for his own good. Like he could convince me to go into a house fire and take on a fire with my fists, and I'd think I'd have a chance. That's how positive he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but you need it. My team from Ignite MMA, they're all white belts and they're hard to like roll with. It's a nightmare. I'm getting old, and they're just taking my back, and I'm like, leave me alone, let me rest. And of course, Futua and Peterborough, like learning wrestling has been amazing, and I want to bring wrestling down to Norfolk and Suffolk. That is my goal because there isn't anywhere around. And also to, I would say, the men who are struggling mentally, because a lot of them do struggle and they do compete in jiu-jitsu or powerlifting or anything, and they are struggling and feel worthless. I just want to say that all my matches will be dedicated to you, and anyone that does struggle, any bloke who is feeling hopeless, all my matches will be for you.
Yeah.
And that's, yeah.
Nah, awesome, Ben. So guys, there we go. Ben Karaosman, Ignite MMA, going to be heading to Grapple Wars 7. That's the 26th of October. Okay, so make sure if you are going to be heading over, make sure you get your tickets. Head over to the usual social media pages, so Facebook, Instagram for Grapple Wars. So, do you know what I mean? What Gaz and the team at Grapple Wars has put on for North Wales, man, is fucking awesome. Do you know what I mean? They've had some really good shows, and this one's going to be no different. Plus, this one's going to be better, in fact, because I'm coming down for it. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be so much better. Do you know what I mean? Because I will be there in attendance. Do you know what I mean? So, but
The
listen,
title of Big Sexy.
yeah. Title Big Sexy. Ben, do you know what I mean? He's going to be going up against Ricky. So we'll see who comes away with the big bear title, the big sexy title. Do you know what I mean? So,
Big Sexy
but
title. I love it.
yeah, but listen, Ben, all the best for the rest of your training. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, stay
Very
safe,
much.
brother. All
You
right.
too.
And
Thank you for having me.
listen, I'll see you in a few weeks' time. All right.
That you will. Take care.
Take care, buddy.